Listen, I'm going for it and let's see what happens, because I think something interesting might happen. Now we play a land, and now everything is bigger, and they need to answer all of the... Oh my god, I forgot we have two! Listen, that's how new control finishes the games, alright? They can get rid of one of them. Soul Partition, I guess, kinda gets the job. That's an instant exile effect. Alright, you got it. Let's see how many of those they have. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today finally a true control, the Azorius control, with all the new tools. And after playing with the deck, I'll tell you, this feels completely different than the previous Azorius, and we have so many interesting tools. We can make our opponent end the turn, and Felidar's Retreat will show the full might with creating so many win cons, like it actually goes through the life gain even on control decks, so you want to see it. Felidar's Retreat is extremely strong win con, especially Fabled Passage, because you can trigger twice on the first turn. So it's basically a 5-drop. We have Zetalpa, absolutely amazing dinosaur that I was using for years to finish every game. Authority keeps all the aggro decks in check, and Mazemind Tome makes sure that we curve out early game and just get this card advantage for the rest of the game. So yeah, honestly, I have a lot of thoughts after playing with this deck, but we'll talk about, all of them in the outro. You probably don't want to miss them. And yeah, before we go into the gameplay, of course, we didn't forget our absolute legend for today is Seth, our amazing Patreon that allows content like this to happen. And I'll tell you, you got Azorius control with time stop. I mean, how much better can it get? So really thank you, man, for support. It is super appreciated, and I'm hoping that, you are having a blast, especially with the new set. So let's go into the gameplay and have fun. Alright, this should be the Tome turn. We definitely want to make sure that we can draw some extra cards. Our opponent will recover, and they will get all the value from all of those cards, so we need to be prepared for a serious battle. We can slow them a little bit with Into the Roil, which is nice. And as long as we keep playing clans, it's good. Alright, Fountainport. So they're starting to do stuff. We probably need to set up Felidar's Retreat. But we'll see. I don't think they will cast settings. Okay, this is a nice draw. Let's go with the island. Let's play with this one. Man, we have many ways to play this game, but I want to get this sweet card advantage, because right now we don't have a single counter spell. They will make a fish. We can bounce it, but then we don't have interact. Oh, by the way, this actually will give us so much life gain with those fish. Man, this could be nice. If we have 2 or 3, every fish will be actually 3 life gain, so they will never kill us with this. Alright. And here's the time. And normally we would counter it. However, here we cannot. They can try to copy the fish. And for this reason we need to play a little bit differently. So I didn't want to do it, but it's such a good deal here, and we get the card back. They waste the full turn, and now we need to get lost on our turn. So that's not exactly what I had in mind, but it kinda works. And in this situation we kinda want to keep trading card for card, because we always have card advantage. Thanks to the tomes. We'll also have so much life gain in this game that there's no way they're killing us, except like maybe 15-15 board or something like this. And that even might not be enough. So we probably can pressure them. Okay, man, there's so much going on here. Man, the game started slow, but it's actually getting into a real deal very quickly. We need to get Felidar's Retreat, counter spells, and for this reason we need to start tapping. We need to get those cards. We also need a land. And to be honest, we get more cards if we play this. Here I get 1 card, here I get 2. Even though they can answer with something on the Tome. Oh man, this is bad. I actually need the land. I really need the land. Okay, not at the cost of this. This is way bad. Okay, this is one of the cards we needed. Sure. So now we are... Man, with all this card we are actually missing land drops. However, I will try to take it. So now this will be our slow part of the game, because we are a little bit clocked. We definitely need to start doing clans on the next turn. We already missed one, we don't want to miss more, because we will lose our advantage. And it's nice. So I wonder if they consider no more lying this. And now we have a counter spell, so if they go for the talent, I think we just pay 3 mana to make sure it gets countered. The cool part is you can time stop it. and it gets, I believe, exiled because it's part of the, you know, the end of the turn whole effect. But they can counter spell it, so we can only use it when they are fully tapped. They should go for the card cake, honestly. So right now we can be absolutely wasteful because with all of those tomes, we can basically trade card for card until they have nothing. And we need to still get to Felidar's Retreat. The faster, the quicker we can start to finish the game. They don't want Biza, interesting. Yep, they can attack into Barrens because it's such a bad decision to activate it. We'll probably lose it as well then. They have shown that they play lay down arms. Well, this is a card, but at the same time it's a great Sunfall target, and they're pretty tapped, so I think we allow it. And of course we gain life, because why not? So we need to hit a land. That's okay. I really don't want them to get land. Is that worth get lost? I mean, I said we can attack, you know, well, it slows them down. I'm going for it. I don't think it's necessarily the best play, but if we can slow them down a little bit more, and I can recover all the cards anyway, because we have all of this, I think we should be fine. And I can even bounce this. But Sunfall answers it once and for all, right? But this draws us cards. I want those cards. And we know that they cannot do, and this is so infuriating. For some reason we're actually still missing lands. Alright, this will be a weird play. But I really want to keep hitting lands. And this is what I had to do to get there. Alright, we're discarding one card, not sure which one. Only one, so... honestly, Silver Scrutiny probably is not needed here. Especially that, so if you know that you will draw the whole library, this has absolute zero value, it doesn't do anything new. So they will draw one card, probably during this turn, we also life gain more, and then we Sunfall. They could also use the map triggers. Well, to be absolutely honest, Zetalpa will probably die to lay down arms, to be absolutely honest, so we probably need to rely on Retreat, Felidar's Retreat. Here we go. See? Exactly what I'm talking about. But right now they actually have, what? 4 only. I would love to stop missing lands, to be honest. Right, let's draw. I know I'm overdrawing a lot of value, but I need those lands. And Felidar's Retreat. Alright, that's something. That's something. This is interesting. This would negate all of their value right now. But I think well, I want to counter some. I think we wait one more turn. They get some value. Honestly, I probably should have Sunfall this turn, but I didn't, so we'll play with this. You don't need to make the comment, alright? We are getting some life gain as well, so that is nice. And I probably want the Sunfalls more than Day of Judgment right now. We're drawing so many cards that even if they draw like 2 or 3 extra, I think it's kinda okay. I cannot cast a time stop here because it will be countered. I don't know how many counter spells they play, but they definitely play some. And I think they have no more lives since turn 2. Cake. Alright, we can get rid of all the tokens and they're not drawing cards here, right? It was already used. So they're not really getting too much value from this. Oh, they are... okay, whatever, whatever. I thought it triggered already. Alright, Loran. I wonder what they will target. I'm okay with this, as long as they will tap. I can answer basically everything they have. Man, this is crazy. This, from all the cards, this is the one they cared about. That is kind of funny. Alright. I probably won the land, but at the same time, you know what? Let's just get treasure. This is exactly the same but better. Because we need to do some big things on the next turns. And we want to Sunfall this. And we still have a counter spell. So if they have no more lives, it doesn't matter. Even if they have Negate, it doesn't matter. And as you can see, we got all this value for free. That really helps us. And we still have a counter spell. Thanks to this treasure token. Which is nice. Yeah, I think we'll start to be aggressive soon. Because we have, like, I would love to stack some few more counter spells. Zetalpa is actually, against this kind of deck, Zetalpa isn't amazing, just because, you know, it just dies to 1 mana. So you pay 8 mana, you get you know, get destroyed by 1, because it's also an exile effect. But only decks that play lay down arms have this kind of answer. Oh, alright. Really? Okay, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. Getting rid of 1 land is actually pretty huge. And they use that Citadel to do this, so they cannot activate Fountainport too much, only for the token. And we have 3 mana, because we were prepared with this treasure token. Yep, I think they have no more lives and they realize we have exactly 3 mana. Alright, here's the token. And we have so many authority of Consuls that if they destroy this, it doesn't matter. You can see how much it hurts them. It hurts them more than card advantage for a control deck. So that tells a story. Let's draw a card. I still want to hit lands. And we didn't hit any Felidar's Retreat, so I think I will keep the Fabled Passage. And you know what? At this point I actually want to scry more than anything else. We need to start hitting those Felidar's Retreats, because this is our win con. And we're not getting it, bro. Thank you, thank you. See, it is possible. So I think we go with this, and we see if our opponent reacts. We also have the Baron, so we have so many ways to start closing the game. And I know I could pump it more, but I want reaction first. No reaction, 4 damage to face. Alright. Alright, we'll work with it. Do we go with Zetalpa? We could time stop, but it's probably not super needed on this turn. If I played... Oh, I don't want the bird not right. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Even if they have a counter spell, we can force it and then go Fabled Passage. I really hope for reaction after the attack, but not the case, unfortunately. We make a beast because we want to go white. This forces sweepers and they cost a lot of sorcery mana. And yeah, I mean that's it for this turn. We can make another token, but we want it at instant speed. I actually will protect it. I think it's worth it. They only have Get Lost probably against this. They have the Season, so they have a little bit more, but let's make it hard. We can burn all the cards because of all the tomes and Silver Scrutiny. Right, and now we can go for this and make another token. They can Sunfall, this is the perfect Sunfall turn, but that means they are fully tapped and they didn't really do much. And, you know, it's still better than putting counters. Alright, we'll have to protect the next one a bit better, but they do not have as many cards as they want. Here's Jace, alright, here's the Jace. I see how it is, I see how it is. But they only have 1 more mana, so I thought they would be setting up for lethal, instead they are going for the Jace. So I think we might keep time stop to counter the next Jace. Yeah, I think they have 2 at least. And they're going for the... Man, I know I had so many counter spells. At least 1. Not sure, I think the other one was used, so maybe we still have some counter spells in the deck. I really want them. And at this point, using Tome to just scry is kind of the same as drawing cards, I would guess. More or less, because we just need the right cards, like counter spells. So let's get 1. This is the card. We need to be prepared, because we have winning board, and right now our opponent is under the pressure to finish the game somehow. Right, I will try so we go to 3-3 so we can attack through the rabbit. We cannot, but at the same time we are drawing cards, so at least there's that. I want to push a lot of them. Okay, this is a nice one. Okay, we are not tapping more. Yeah, we swing with everything. Even if they lose, if they trade, that means they cannot use map tokens as easily. They need to make another one, so it slows them down. Alright, I think it's kind of a decent situation for us. We just need to get some extra counter spells. We can also draw this one from the top in case they go Demolition Field or something. If that wasn't a blue deck, I would just time stop and we win the game basically. But it is a blue deck. They have counter spells. Alright, I think we go for treasure. We could go for the parent activation. Am I scared of something at instant speed? They probably have removal. But it's not like I'm countering it. So let's just go with this. We pay 4. What? What? Why would you sacrifice my... No. Can I... Oh my god. This... Why would... Okay, guys. We learned something. This has such high priority. The tapper actually wants to sacrifice, you know, the treasure things. Oh my god. This was actually a big deal. Not only... Man, we invested a lot to get this. Right? Also partitions. We cannot sacrifice for cards. Oh, I wish we had this. Okay, we'll work with it, but it definitely hurt a lot. Our opponent only has 3 cards, and I think we can completely stifle them. We have plenty of time. Can I protect Zetalpa already? We have 3. We can only do it once. Alright. Alright, I think we are going with Barrens, or we can... Okay. I know everything. It's fine. So we will try to get them. They will make a token, of course. We'll try to counterspell them super hard and then pump the Crawling Barrens to such extent that it kills them in like 2 turns. And then every time they try to tap too much mana, we can do a lot of stuff. Honestly, this could be a decent one. They will get the Fountainport, but I think this is good value for us. And if they counter it, we still have a counter spell. Alright, it gets exiled, they are not getting the value. I didn't activate the Barrens, but we have more time, so if we can trade against the cards, it should be fine. Alright, not yet. Because we need a huge Barrens so we can protect them. It's not worth to pay 5 mana for basically 2 damage. Sure. They can also Sunfall this. So this could get interesting. I want to get them to like 1 or 2 cards, so it will be easier to counterspell everything. Alright. They think they don't need this card, but they actually do. I think most of those cards, like, they could have 2 lay down arms here. Right, so we will Sunfall probably. Do I have Felidar's Retreat? I think I still have 1, right? Yeah, I think we still have 1. This is actually a big deal. Sunfall. They also probably think they don't need Sunfall. So all the exile effects are getting discarded because this will be a surprise. Completely. And they cannot do much at instant speed, so let's go for... They know. They know how bad it might get for them very quickly. We decline. Man, we can triple pump it. That's a lot. And let's pump this one. Because I still want to kinda split the damage. They know about those plays and they're getting prepared. We have a little bit more time. If we do this, they draw a card. So I think we just go with Day of Judgment. They have 5 mana up. But it needs to be instant removal. They probably have Get Lost. I think they use 2 or 3 of them. Sword Partition cannot hit lands. Oh, they actually didn't go for it. They know that they're in some trouble. And I think this is the time for the first one. Let's tap this. And we don't... Let's go for the colorless. And see how many answers they have. We have exactly 3 mana to protect it. And now we go. I think they might go with the fish, but that means they are not getting too much value. And we can start pumping the other Barrens on the next turns. Like every time we activate it, it gets better and stronger. And they still pay 1 life, which is nice. Alright, we have 1 counter spell, and we are still having Zetalpa as the main finisher if we know that they used all the removal. And probably will cast it when we have 3 cards in the library or something. They also might have Jace in the hand, so that's something we need to, you know, be careful about. And this is actually worth a treasure token. Because it's extra 2 damage. I could pump 1 of them, but I don't think it's worth it because they have those Fountainports. Triple counter spell. We still have the card that wins us the game, to be honest. Like Felidar's Retreat can pump a lot of those cards. How many Demolition Fields we have? All of them got milled. Oh, that's not great. They're against this situation perfectly. I can only counter one spell, and they probably have double laydown arms. Alright, let's roll. I will go for this strategy, because if they have only one laydown arms, they cannot deal with this. And the moment we untap, we can fully protect it. We can also make a copy, but it's a little bit worse. Oh, okay. They have exactly 8 planes. So, yeah. Fish. Oh, alright. I would love to have a bit more mana. Yeah, the alternate way would be to not sacrifice then this one treasure token and not sacrifice the other one on this turn, and we would have 6 mana for double counterspell, which would be way better. With Felidar's alright. I know it's indestructible, so it's only sorcerer that kills this. Soul Partition, I guess, kinda gets the job. Okay. That's an instant exile effect. Alright, you got it. Let's see how many of those they have. And let's see if that was normalized. I didn't even see normalized for the whole game, so maybe they actually don't play it. Zetalpa, please, bring me home. I need you. They will just lay down arms one day. This is like the prime deck that gets... Alright. I see how it is. I actually don't remember how many lands I have in the deck. Because with map tokens, I'm not sure how hard can I get on, on Anchorage. This will be hard, not gonna lie. They will never tap those Fountainports, so they can go 3 and 3, so they are keeping all this mana. I can get rid of this, but I cannot get too much more value. Alright, I think we have to go for the Anchorage play. I don't probably even need to do this, but the lifelink is something I really care about. So let's go for the small barrens. And I need double blue mana. So this one is okay. We still want to keep those counters, but they have one card. This actually will kill them. If we can, do the thing every turn. And the moment they tap more mana, I wish we had those demolition fields. Like 2 demolition fields would be exactly the, the amount that we need to get rid of all the Fountainports. Alright, the last card. So we are protecting as much as we can, and we can use the map token as well. But we probably will use it on the next turn, I think. I can just keep removing the creatures, so we just go with face as quickly as we can. I really would love to not hit a land with this. Please, not a land. I don't know how many I have. Oh my god, of course. But you know what? This is actually the only land that is kinda okay in this situation, right? Alright. Man, what a game. As long as they don't have lifelinker, it doesn't... Are you a lifelinker? Well, this draws them another card, so this is a very good draw. So they will get another chance to get the thing. And we also need to kill it instantly. Alright, good. But that's a bit of a problem, because now we need to Sunfall, and that's 5 mana, and Anchorages are 8 mana, so I need 13. I think we have it, right? You know what? We'll do a very weird play. I want to see my whole deck. I want to actually see my whole deck. We will scry everything, and we'll know exactly what draws we have, so we can make this, we can play strategy a little bit better. Fabled Passage. Is Felidar Retreat literally the last card, or they milled it and I didn't pay attention? Man, what a game. I don't know who will win, but I think we have a very fair shot. We just need to... Bro, like, I guess I missed it, right? There's no chance this is like literally the last card of the whole deck. Like, no way. Oh my god, this is the last card of the whole deck. Are you serious, Shuffler? Alright, at least now we can pump something. Man, we have a lot to do this turn. We have exactly correct mana. Alright, so let's manual tap, because this is important. We cannot make a mistake here. They keep all this mana. So even though the Barrens are not doing anything, they actually are, because we force them to keep the Fountainports. I guess I shouldn't tap the big Baron, because they could tap in response. And here we can go for perfect. Double Anchorage. Man, can it be any closer? We also have this token on the next turn, which is nice. They will have one random draw. And that's it. Man, those anchorages really did the job. Man, we are at 36. We can literally ignore all the damage. And we know the next... Oh no, this is... Oh, I'm drawing those map tokens are not doing anything. Because I will draw the last card that isn't a land. Probably. It could be a land as well. Alright, let's sit. We have Felidar's Retreat, so we can actually use those lands and play them for the pump. What's up with the oops? Oh, did they want to -6 this? Do they have stuff for -6? Alright. Alright. So they want another token. Man, this game could not literally be closer. I told you we'll go through the whole value and deck. Alright. And now we can kill them. Good game, my friend. Honestly, it could go either way, but now they invested all the mana to not protect themselves against the Barrens and try to get some kind of win con, but I think they were looking for the Jace, but they have 20 cards and they didn't found it. We are going first, we have a 40, so, you know, exactly what we want. That's why we play 4 of, so we can start the game with this one and start life gaining as soon as possible. So we want to keep the sweeper. This should be, oh my god, it's not an aggro deck. Alright, this could be interesting. We definitely want to draw a lot of cards with Scrutiny. That's where we need, I really want the Tomes. The Tomes would be super nice here. Negate is nice. Alright, not sure how we exactly will play it. We need to observe their graveyard. They have so many strong tools there. But before they have Oculus, this is a really good card for them. This is a really good card. They can get all their commissions, but I think we still don't counter it. Even though it really speeds them up, I don't think we can completely, like, you know, mitigate their tempo. So I think it's better to keep it for some important play later. And we just play lands, chill, and work toward our Silver Scrutiny. I would probably want to draw 3 cards with this, that would be perfect. With 3 cards, I think we would be okay. With 2, we can fully whiff, and, you know, that I think it will be too low value. Like, look at this, like, they actually have 8 cards right now. It seems they're mana screwed, so you know what, I will be a very mean person and try to keep it this way. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Alright, we could cast Silver Scrutiny, but I want this extra card, and I think they will be forced to tap out. So we, okay, they instantly drew it. And this is kinda perfect, because now I can get this, we get the extra card. They basically wasted the full turn. On the next turn, Jin will be a bit stronger, but we start the retreat, we go Fountainport, and now we can start tempoing them, because with this, especially after we play Scrutiny, we can do a lot. However, they will have a counter spell, and they really need another land, because they want to play Jin into a counter spell. If they don't have it, or I think we actually out-tempoed them. This counter spell on Charter Course won the game. Because for the first one I wasn't sure, but when I've seen that they actually cannot develop, I just went for the tempo play and we are out-tempoing them. Alright. This is interesting. If we draw a land, we can replay it. They might have Into the Floodmaw. If they're going for the... Yeah, they have something. So this is Into the Floodmaw. And I'm still casting it, because even if they can bounce it... So they got basically, what, 10 mana ahead. That's why they are going for this play. And now they will go into the Floodmaw, but that means we get 2/2. That doesn't get bounced, and we also get the fish, because they need to gift a fish, you know, to target non-creature permanent. We swing. They definitely don't want to go for the cat. 2/2 is nice for us, but it's not the biggest deal. The problem is the next cats, because they scale very quickly. And if they go for this, I'm so... Oh man, that's so good for us. Does it mean they don't want to answer it? When you play land, there's like no priority to answer, so you actually instantly get the trigger, and then it's too late to answer. Like, they can bounce it, but you still got the creature. Yep, man, we made them really struggle. This one negate, I think, kinda won the game. because we slow them for full turn, like for the rest of the game. And now they're under attack because they need to start answering our threats, and in reality they want to have Gene in the board and they want to create threats, so we cannot ever play the retreat. This is a very interesting one. Alright, I mean, let's start making stuff, and we can use Demolition Field, which is nice. I think I will go for Scrutiny for 3, especially if Fountainport should be okay, and we can also make all those extra cuts with Demolition Field. We can sacrifice them for cards when they are targeted. Like, we have so many options, man. And I could go for a Scrutiny for 5, but if they have a simple counter spell, it actually gets them back into the game, so we don't want to make this play. And for 3 we use it during their turn. They probably want to play Jin, which is the best moment to catch them off guard, because then they don't get the discount while it's on the stack. And that's why you cast Silver Scrutiny probably. Yep, and we'll Demolition Field if we can. Alright, good for them. I think I want my 3 cards right now. I think this is a good deal. And they will have 1... Alright. Okay, the game starts. They will be super aggressive, and so will we. And I want those cards because we want to start flooding them a little bit. And I want more cards because lands right now are creatures, and we can start amplifying those. White mana, sure. And we probably want white mana as well. We get this, and now we go Silver Scrutiny for the maximum amount. And now our opponent is in this, man, by the way, 3 lands. Imagine not having Felidar's Retreat. They actually would be abysmal. And so I paid 5 mana and I got literally 0 value. He actually got more value with single Prankster because he got 1 card. However, with Fabled Passage and Felidar's Retreat, we actually have so much right now. So if they play Jean, we can get rid of this. We can start using Fountainport to get some extra value. I probably want 1 more cat and then we start pumping. I guess we could double pump, but they cannot block on this turn, so we probably get another... Yeah, we have another land. So this should be good. I mean, let's go. Let's go. First will be a cat. Now we go for this. And that's... Man, look at how this power. Normally we would get 0 value from those lands. And here, they are win con. They're actually a win con. And we also get Vigilance, which is definitely impactful here. And I think we'll get lost, probably. But first, let's attack. That's so much damage. Maybe we can even raise them. Because I think we can kill them on the next turn if everything goes right. Let's go with the Tome. No counterspell. Alright, no counterspell. So that means we can get free Get Lost. And I think they are too far behind. Man, we really did a great job at slowing them down. And with Felidar's Retreat, they cannot deny all the value. They cannot trade cards for our creatures. Sure. And we will start doing cards with the Tome. And because of the authority, they actually cannot block with this, which is really impactful here. Alright, man, I think... Man, this is some power... Okay, not power con, just a normal one. Helping Hand, alright. This is interesting, but I think we still swing, right? Every creature will be tapped, including the new one, so we can... Man, we literally can kill them through all of this. Oh, this is a nice card if we get it earlier, but it's fine, it's fine. So I think we just swing, right? This will be 12 damage, and I mean, I think it's kinda enough, you know? And nothing can block, but this is so brutal. We just killed them with lands, basically, and they play 3 blockers, and all of them are tapped, so they cannot even defend. We're going first, we have Felidar Retreat, so we should get some good value later, but for now, we are just, you know, just a Plains player. We have removal, we have counterspell, and we have mana to cast, so that's nice. Elves, alright. The encounter, the legendary encounter. Do I want to get rid of this? We are pretty far from Sunfall, but if they play, I think we allow them to ramp. It's still good for them, but this is probably a nice get lost target. They can go for the map tokens, they have a lot of mana, but it will still slow them down, so they probably don't want to do it. Alright, this could be interesting, because I probably want to cycle cards, because we need to keep hitting lands every turn. Okay, this is actually really nice for me. I would love them to play around counter spells, because this is painful. This will grow really quickly. But what happens if I don't hit... I think we... Okay, I think I know. So we counter this, and then we main... If we miss the land, we main face this. And we have 3 cards. And there's no way we get mana screwed, right? I could go for the Tome and go for double scry to make sure that we keep hitting lands on the next turns. We will be extremely behind here. I guess I could try to counter the next spell as well. You know what? Let's go for it. Missing land drop is absolutely devastating. This is like extremely focused deck on, you know, playing lands. So I will try to slow them down, so hopefully they don't have everything, so they cannot replay a huge threat for 2 mana. And even if they can, they lose 2 damage. Alright, this is a 2-2, not the end of the world. Close to it, but not the end of the world. Alright, and we are getting to some point. We finally set up, we got our land, so we only got basically time walked once, which is a big deal in this kind of tempo matchup. Like, if you started the game like 1 turn later than your opponent and he played 2 turns in a row, like, you would probably never win. So yeah, that's always a big deal, but I think we can mitigate it. I would love to get cards with the Tome. Alright, that's a lot of damage. Oh boy. Oh, you didn't want to show this, huh? So we have to Sunfall on the next turn, so that means we will probably scry. This is interesting. They keep 3 mana. Bad things will happen. But I think we still have to try to find a Sunfall. We could go for a Felidar Retreat and make 2 creatures. You know what? I'm taking it. Especially that okay, there was now no counterplay for some reason. And now we can make... Man, this is so good. And now the value starts. And we don't even need to do it now. We can basically make a 2-2 at instant speed or make it a 3-3. Alright, what is the play? Tail swipe. Alright, I mean, that's good for them, but we can make another one. So we will create this token on their combat phase so we can block it and they cannot remove it easily. They can still use this, but we're at 14, so we should be able to follow up with Sunfall. That's okay. Normally, I absolutely do not love this play, but with Sunfall we can absolutely just ignore it. Interesting, we could even go for this. But I think we go for 5 life gain basically, because this is what it gives us. I have the right mana. I do have right mana, but let's still go for the white. Alright, we make a cat beast, right? That's what you are. And we go for this, so that should be a huge tell that we are sweeping. And I don't want to waste the Tome because I need those extra cards. Perfect. And you can see how this absolutely stacks. And now, just by playing land, we have a cat and we can just start growing. And with the Tome, we will keep playing lands every turn. So man, that was really close, but we did it perfectly. Even with Mana Screw. We're going first with the Tome, that's always something you want to see. The Tome is amazing. Man, every time you have this card, you just keep going forever. So, we have also Get Lost. Alright. Let's go with the Verge maybe, because why not? And let's set up the Mazemind Tome. I hope I can get few cards before it gets destroyed, because we are playing against Golgari or Zultai. Usually it's Zultai, but I hope it's Golgari. And we actually won those cards, so I'm not... Okay, man, I think we won the game, honestly. Like, I really think we won the game right now. Because we will have basically 8 extra cards over our opponent, we have sweepers, so there's not much they can do, probably. They probably won't do anything on this turn, so let's draw a card, the first one, and we... Oh man. Oh man. I think I want to wait with this, because I want to get double triggers in case they can answer it. I don't think they can, but let's get those tomes first, so if they have any kind of enchantment, and also usually artifact removal, they get the tomes first. By the way, they have Blast Zone, so that's something we need to be careful of. And the retreat is super scaling, so even if they have so much life gain, it shouldn't matter. Let's go for... You want to split this, so they don't exile the cool one, you know? The one with all the cards inside. And I don't think we need more. Alright, this is good, this is good. We go Felidar's Retreat. Man, they really won't like it. They still have 3 mana, but we can get already the first trigger. And I mean, I'm cracking this right now, so they cannot answer it. And now they have to basically destroy 2 cats a turn, just for free, because we just play a land and it's already 2 different cards, basically. And if they don't... we can start pumping them for insane damage. So even with double cornucopia, I think we can break through them. They have Blast Zone, but it's 2 turns before they go for the Tome, so we kind of want... Oh man. Alright, oh no, I know what... Oh, that's an oopsie. I know what the black is for. It's a robbery deck. And they will rob us. I need to hit a counter spell as soon as possible. I think we actually might change the gameplay because of this. They cannot do it yet, but on the next turn I think they can already go for huge robbery, so we probably want to have a counter spell on the next turn already. If I had 1 more mana I would bounce it. Alright, this is important what they will get on this turn, because there is a chance they won't get the rest. Okay, this one is probably the most fine one, because it doesn't do much. Alright guys, I think we need a counter spell here. I'm not sure if I... Oh man, this is so tempting. All of those things are so tempting. Do I really try to waste all this value to get a counter spell? I think we only scry 2, and that's it, and then we take the risk. But the robber will be absolutely insanely strong here. Alright, I'm not going for the upkeep. You know what? This is kinda something. They can go for the Blast Zone, but it will take a moment. It will take a moment. Let's go for the Passage. I mean, look at this value, man. We will create 2 more, and now we start pumping, so they have to start answering them. And now we crack it. We also have 2 mana for Into the Roil. And man, even if they have robbery, like they cannot cast it because they die. I like it. I like this play. And now we pump it. Also, Vigilance is, you know, absolutely not important. Alright, this is already 8 damage. So right now if they cast Robbery for everything, they die on the next turn. And you can see how Fabled Passage with Retreat is insane synergy. And I don't want to pay mana, because we don't care about the life gain or tap. We can force a tap if we want. That's okay. This doesn't really do much. We can also bounce one of the tomes if we want, in case we want more value. This is 4 mana, so this is pretty expensive for them. Is that robbery? I mean, they need to deadly cover up right now, I think. What are the cards in the graveyard? Only Fabled Passage, so they are not getting the extraction value if they have the card. They should, they really should. This is the type of deck that has to sweep. But then, yeah, they have to go for the sweeper, I think. Okay. So they're waiting. I can get 1 more. But man, if they tap 4 mana, I think they die. We can also go for the Anchorage. I'm going for it. Even if they target it in response and just go for the Blast Zone, I think we're okay. And I will actually scry here. It's not the best card in this situation. It's an amazing card, but not in this situation. But I think it's good enough. We don't have Demolition Field. How do you exactly work? Each creature you can... Listen, I'm going for it, and let's see what happens. Because I think something interesting might happen. Now we play a land, and now everything is bigger. And they need to answer all of them. Oh my god, I forgot we have 2! Listen, that's how new control finishes the games, alright? They can get rid of one of them, they can life gain a little bit, and... Can they do more? I'm not sure. This is already 22 damage already. So they need probably 1 more removal, and we get the map token, which is also pretty nice. Man, I told you, double retreat just absolutely outscales Cornucopia, and I think they had the winning cards and they would play them in the next 2 turns, but they didn't have the time. Well, that was something, man. This video was pretty long, but if you wanted Azorius control on this channel, and we didn't do too much of it lately, I hope you got your fix, and I have to say that this deck plays completely different after the new set. But before we talk about all the cards, because there are some, you know, we need to talk about some things, I want to say a huge thank you to our amazing patrons that allow all of this to happen, so we can experiment with the decks, show content every single day, and just keep going. So the future of channel is is bright. So really thank you guys for this. And yeah, first of all, like I really feel responsible for this. I'm sorry, Zetalpa. Primal down. The only game this was used was the game where it got answered for a single point of mana. And man, like I was loving this card. I was using it so much years ago, but right now there's so many exile effects, including ones for literally 1 mana, but even Lydiana Sacrifice, Sunfall, so I kinda expected it won't go very well. You probably shouldn't craft it unless you are crazy like me and you like elder dinosaurs that are indestructible and have a lot of keywords. Second thing, time stop. So the idea was that with Felidar's Retreat you can play the land like Fabled Passage, crack everything, time stop your opponent so they fully miss the turn, and then you can go for Felidar's Retreat and go another Fabled Passage, pump everything, and this is probably, I don't remember, but like 16 damage I believe, and there's not really too much counterplay except instant speed. So that was the idea, but to be honest, time swap is a very cool card. I love this kind of effects. It can be used as a counter spell. I'm not sure if you remember the whole line of explanation on end the turn, but everything is exiled from the stack, including spells, so you can basically use it as a 6-mana counter spell. So that's kinda something I like. You have those 5 counter spells, and this could be the 6th one if you want to go for some shenanigans. You can also cast it at the upkeep, so your opponent doesn't draw a card, so it basically cycles itself and your opponent doesn't get to do anything. However, it's probably not the most crazy stuff. We have the tomes to get some extra value, we have barrens, but maybe another Felidar Retreat is something that we would prefer over this, especially that it's still a rare. However, this is something I think that's the biggest point of the outro. Felidar Retreat is a card that always was useful. It creates such a board so quickly, and part of it could be at instant speed, that you actually close the game surprisingly well. You have seen that against this robbery deck, the last game, you could think that they didn't really do much. Well, it looks like this because we forced them so hard so they couldn't even get a free turn to go for a robbery. If they cast single robbery for like 7, I mean, the game would be kinda over and we would lose. So that's why this Felidar Retreat is already basically a 5-mana play. You want to play this and then drop the land so you instantly get the value. I think we should be playing 4 Fabled Passage. I didn't realize it will perform so perfectly, and it also fixes your mana, so I think it's pretty cool. So I would go for 4 for sure. Maybe even go harder on the landfall, because honestly this synergy is insane. Moment you play this and instantly get a 4/4, and they have 3 permanents to answer on a single turn, so that usually taxes most of the decks super hard, and you will get your lands during the game, so you get more. So I think we should go for 4 Felidar's Retreat, probably instead of those win cons. On the rest, I actually added Quick Study, because when I played only tomes and like 2 Silver Scrutinies, I actually never could get cards. I always was at 1-2 cards and just waiting in full top deck mode. So we added those quick status and suddenly I never had this issue again. So that's why we have so much cardo. I just kept whiffing over and over. And about the score, because you're probably interested, we went 4 wins I believe and 3 losses. You have them on the screen. So we ranked up with this one. I think with this with those changes and maybe smoothing out some of the other cards, I'm not really sure yet, but I think there could be some refinement. I think we could even go a little bit better, and I'll be honest, the games we lost were absolutely abysmal. And we are talking like I went 15 cards into the deck and I couldn't hit the 4th land with just double tome scrying covered. Like, it was insane. So those are the losses. So I think it could be even better. And Authority of the Consuls, even if it doesn't get used in every game, it always make a difference. And even against control decks with fish or some gene tokens, this life gain always gives you a little bit more time, especially if those sweepers. We play 6 of them because we need to sweep after everything is tapped, and yeah, I kinda like the synergy. I'm a little bit of a sucker for Into the Roil, so maybe you don't need to play them. It's still a bounce spell, it's pretty expensive, but you have seen that if you use it in the right spot, it's absolutely amazing, and I just love the card, so I will keep using it. And yeah, it's kinda everything. I think we covered all the important points, because I know you're thinking about crafts, so I want to make sure that you craft the right ones. So this is my honest opinion, and Barrens as always were really useful, and you probably cannot go wrong with them. And yeah, I mean, that's kinda it for today. If you want to support the channel, go check out the Patreon. We also have memberships so you can hit the videos faster, and I will try to grind a little bit more so you have like 3 in advance. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for being awesome, and see you tomorrow.